Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nato and Samantha Perry with you, and good morning and welcome to the championship meet and turf racing, the return here in South Florida, a day we have had circled on our calendars. Look at that beautiful turf course out there, and we've had this day circled on our calendar for quite some time. It's front and center now, and we can't wait.
Yeah, we cannot. It's going to be so exciting to watch in the opener today, kicking off December,
Yeah.
kicking off a wonderful championship meet ahead. There's so much to look forward to. We're happy for everybody that stuck with us through the summertime,
Yep.
and it was a good summer, but we're ready to roll for the championship meet.
Yeah, without a doubt. Huge weekend here as we kick off the championship meet. The culmination of the Sire Stakes tomorrow with a couple of stakes. Ben Tornado and our Harper Rose look to remain undefeated. Mandatory Rainbow Six tomorrow as well. But today, 9-race card today on opening day. So that Rainbow Six will be in race number 4. And it is $125,000. We did not pay it Sunday. We're going to do that tomorrow. So we'll have a very healthy pool today. And if it should carry through to tomorrow, big balloons on another highlight of opening weekend here. But as my partner said, race number 1, we're going to debut that turf course. We cannot wait. Of course, it kicks off the early pick 5 as well. The pools are going to be huge throughout this championship meet. I've got a ticket. We'll take a look at it now. A little bit of a tricky sequence, I think. $54 for me. We'll get to this turf opener in a second. I'm down inside with the 1 Dream Knight in race 2. Best bet of the day is Boston Princess in race number 3. She was so good winning last time. Right back with her in race number 4. Gotta like him on top for me. And then in race number 5, the 5-horse Diva Ballerina at a price and a wide open Tapeta Sprint that I know you've got a strong opinion in as well. $54 for me. But let's get to it here. In the opener, we'll go a mile on the turf course here. These are 2-year-old fillies. It's a maiden optional claimer. We do scratch the 4 Fantasy Performer, the 6 Let's Go Coco, and the 7 Contra Banda. And our buddy Pete Aiello is back and upstairs. He'll run you through all the scratches and changes in a little bit. But you're going to go with a very logical class dropper for Safi, Cleopatra's Nile.
Yeah, and this is a filly. She already has turf experience, and I think that's going to be really important in this opener. And, of course, I think we're all just in the opener. It's going to be more of a let's watch. Let's see how the turf course plays. Rails are out at 17 feet here. Safi knows how to get one ready, and at least she just has the turf experience. You're not going to get any type of value on her, but she's going to have some speed in front of her, and your top pick might do that.
Well, again, Samantha said it perfectly. We don't know how the turf course is going to play, but it's warm weather, it's firm turf,
Right.
It's South Florida. We kind of maybe feel like it could be a little speedy.
Yeah.
And we know Paco Lopez knows what to do with some speed. And the 2 Parallel coming out of 2 dirt sprints. Listen, she's not really bred top or bottom for the turf, but Paco knows what to do here, and it's got to be a send mission, and maybe she gets brave.
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying here, and that could be very well the case with her. But again, it's a bit of a crapshoot.
It is.
With
It's a question mark.
Yeah.
The 1 Run for Home. Now, this is a daughter of Gun Runner, running 5.5 on the Tapeta on debut. So she's going to stretch out. We've got a stat for Mark Cassie as well in here, correct? And
Yeah,
we'll take a look
Tapeta
at
to
this.
turf. Yeah. Just 10%. And this is a move that he does a lot because he's got a lot of horses
Sure.
at Woodbine. I was trying to find some stat that could express my dislike for gun runners on the
right?
grass.
Yeah.
It doesn't really show it as much when you look at the DRF Sire stats, but there's really just like 2 horses that run on the grass well of gun runners. I love every offspring of gun runner, but on the grass, I'm sorry, I can let this horse beat me for sure.
Championship meet, we think of the connections through and through, and it's good to see Jose Ortiz back down here. His brother will be back here next week, IRAD, and just get used to it because it's championship meet time, and we love to see those guys down here. Race number 2 kicks off the early pick 4 here. We'll go 6 furlongs on a fast main track. Beautiful day here. We hope to see you out here at Gulfstream Park. 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3. The tag $62.50. We'll take a look at your ticket now.
Yeah, and I felt like this was a sequence that you didn't have to spend too much on. Race 3 for me. I am 3 deep. I've got the 2 on top there. Race number 4. I have the 4 on top, Villegas Swing for Steve Klosaris. And in the 5th race, I'm singling the 3. That's my best bet of the day. No Fake. We'll show the replay. Just a $9 ticket for me.
Well, you get a little lucky in that you have a real strong opinion in race number 5. I didn't. I had to spread a little bit, and that's why Samantha can narrow her ticket down to $9. So, you get a big leg up on the betting public there. All right, let's get to the opening leg here in race number 2. You kind of had the 2 of them in there. I split them with the 6, but certainly Dream Knight's going to take some beating. What a big drop for Joe Orsino here.
Yeah, this is a huge drop, and this is a trainer that did incredible work during the summertime here, putting his horses in correct spots. Paco Lopez gets aboard. This is, like you said, just such a sizable drop, and honestly, Apocalypso, and we'll show you why. We just don't trust him.
No, let's take a look now. We're going to show you 2 of them here, okay? Watch the left turn where he dumps Edgard 2 starts back here. This is very scary. Our buddy Jesse did a heck of a job catching him that day. Edgar's off right there. Okay, well, obviously that one. And then what does he do last time? He's his own worst enemy again, and he doesn't break.
Yeah.
So, I made this horse 8-5 on the line. They bet him. Maybe they won't come back to him. I don't know. Maybe they're sick of him. I think we're sick of that. I can tell you that much. My notes here just say you can't use this horse anymore.
I remember last time I had said I don't understand why this horse needs to be a colt.
Right.
Look at the levels he's running in now, and I get maybe there was a little bit of some hopes and dreams for him at the beginning. But where are you going with this horse now? And he's gelded, so that really can change a horse in a big way. If it's not today for him, I don't know if it'll be any day.
Well, listen. Oh, by the way, he's in for 62.50 now too. So he's going to be an underlay. He's going to be over bet. I'm not saying if you're playing a real ticket, you don't need to use him. You probably should.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, all bets are off what you get from Apocalypso. You're going to try to split him with Ford Attitude, who makes sense in here.
Yeah, it's just kind of, if it's not those 2, it could be anybody else.
Could be anybody else. Well said. Race number 3, we'll get back to the Topita here for the first time. We'll go a mile and a 16th in this optional claimer for the Florida breds, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and up. And this is a solid field. You go to the 2, Lucky Peridot, Jorge Delgado off the claim.
Yeah, this is a barn that makes a very strong move with these types of claims. But look who's had her, in the past. Pete Walder, Jose D'Angelo, these are sharp guys. If he can just kind of keep her in this same form, she's going to be tough no matter whose barn she would have been in.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, this is a potent barn, 24% off the claim. That does such good work. I was a little worried about her lack of speed last time. Let's show you Boston Princess, who's my best bet of the day, and just how good she was. Now, you hear my partner talk a lot. I don't disagree with her. It's tough to double up on Topita, but she's a 7-horse here. She's in between, so right away, that's not any good. You don't want to be checking like that aggressively into the first turn. And then we're going to go to the far turn now. Again, she's going to end up winning this race by almost 4 lengths. She is absolutely loaded for bear in here. Paco's just waiting. He still doesn't have the seam yet. And now you can see the Chicken-Daz horse coming to her outside, so he's got to idle even more. He can't get first run. That's the Paco move. He likes that. But now he's got his seam, and she is down the road with a huge figure. This was Kelly Breen. Jose Garofalo is going to claim her. I like the job Jose does. And you know what I like here, too? You saw that on your screen. That was November 8th. Jose, right back while she's out.
Right, yeah, that's the big thing here. I kind of missed her last time. I didn't really understand it too much. I think you liked her last time as well. It was a solid ride. We'll see if she can just pair it back up.
Hey, Paula, I got to give her credit. I remember last time we had no idea if she was a 2-turn horse or not.
Yeah.
Now, the way the race played out, she kind of had to win.
Yeah.
She was really good. I got to give her credit.
She really was, and I think that gives her a lot. I respect her a lot more to be able to be that kind of just versatile with that. And Carlos David, he bumps her up just a little bit, but she's put together 2 wins now. I think it's worth a shot.
She's going for the hat trick in here, and she's a big, big threat. Okay, 3 down, 6 to go here on opening day of the championship meet 2023-24. When we come back, that Rainbow Six, $125,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. Stay tuned.
And they're off. it's tradition. Every year, the stars gather for a spectacle. Stars of the racing world collide to cement their legacy in their quest for greatness. Bear witness as we raise the stakes and shatter the status quo. Watch as the brightest stars in fashion take the stage, and we forge unforgettable memories. Be part of this storied heritage. Revel in performances from the superstars of entertainment, and the unexpected awaits you at every turn. Join us in this unrivaling celebration, where champions ascend and legends are created. This is the Pegasus World Cup, where stars align.
And welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you on opening day of the championship meet. We can't wait. That first turf race of the season is 42 minutes away. The Rainbow Six a little bit longer than that. We're going to mandatory tomorrow, so it's going to be a huge pool tomorrow. But today we've got $125,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. Well, we crunched these numbers, and the calculator gave me the total here for this ticket, and we'll see. We'll see what
the
it
right
is.
numbers?
Yeah, I put the
Okay.
boys to work upstairs a little bit today. 57.60 on the opening day of the meet here for the Rainbow. We'll get to this race. I've got spreads back to back, and in race number 5, the 5 Diva Ballerina, and again, Samantha's best bet is the 3 No Fake in there. In race number 6, the top pick is the 6. That's Pure Spite. Race number 7, here's the single. Full disclosure. Wait do you see this trip this horse had last time in race number 8. This is my long shot, and that is with a capital L Suzak in there. What a turf race. That might as well be a stakes, by the way. And then race number 9 to get out of this card, Our Awesome Sauce. You might be able to single her if you want, but I don't necessarily trust her. But there you go for 57.60. Let's get into the opening leg, Samantha. We're 5 on the Tapeta here, 3-year-olds and up, $8,000 2Ls. I found it to be a little bit of a tricky race. We both got the 4 Villejas Swing firmly in the mix for Steve Glaceras.
Yeah, and I wanted to show a solid jockey trainer stat here because these two, when they team up on the Tapeta, 2 for 12, 17%, and look at that, 58% in the money. If they're not winning, they're hitting the board. I think that it's important that Paco Lopez landed here. I need him a lot in this early half of the card.
Not a bad guy to need. Very high percentage rider. Going to bet this horse as well. I like what Steve did at Delaware Park. He took the waiver that day, so he did not want to risk this horse because I think Steve's a sharp guy. We got the condition book. He knows there's going to be a race for this horse here. I went to the 2. Gotta like him. It's just not only is it a drop, but I also think the 12.5s that he's coming out of were really good 12.5s.
Yeah, and maybe I kind of, it's when I look at his running lines and it's second, I think, okay, he's going to hang here. But you're right. Those were some salty 12.5 races.
D. Coldis was at Del Mar for Rohan. He came back and he looked good winning. So those are good efforts. You got more faith in Peach Nectar than I do. We love Jose D'Angelo and the job he does. This horse was dreadful last time.
Yeah, but we see this a lot, these horses just kind of cycle back in and out here. Jose Ortiz lands here. Maybe there's something, or I could just be making something out of nothing.
Well, I will say this horse dueled on the inside last time. He gets a completely better scenario in race flow today to be outside and pressing. Race 5 could be tricky for a lot of people. It kicks off the late pick 5. We're 5.5 on the Tapeta here. $16,000 maiden claimers. The 2-year-old fillies. We've got a clean field of 12. I'm assuming Anna after midnight to 13 is going to come out. You have a best bet. I think it's great because this was a dart race for me. So talk a little, show your ticket and talk about No Faith coming up.
Well, that worked out for me. Otherwise, my ticket would have been a lot more than $48.
Sure.
Race 6, I've got the 1 on top, Boldness. Race 7, the 4 for me, Panther Island. This is a very competitive Tapeta race. Race number 8, like you mentioned, Brian, this is a strong field. The 8 is my long shot Rock and Roller, and in the finale, Our Awesome Sauce I have on top here. It's a $48 play, and in this 5th race, No Fake making her second start, and let's show the replay because there are a couple in here from this.
The gang is all here. There's no doubt about it. Okay, here's I Love Venezuela. The 10, Diva Ballerina, is my top pick. She's the 3. She's going to have trouble as well. Now, your horse, No Fake's going to be rolling later in this race. Here's Diva Ballerina down on the inside, trying to make first run, and she just gets stopped. Here's Umbral, and then there's a No Fake as well. Diva Ballerina was going places. I don't know if she was going to win. She was going to be a heck of a lot closer. The price on her will be playable today. Your horse is going to be trying to loop here on the outside. Umbral, I don't want to beat her up too much because she beat everybody in that race. She didn't do any running. She just patched. Everybody else did the running.
Yeah.
She took advantage.
I agree. And No Fake, about a millisecond after, was already past her at the wire. And No Fake actually galloped out better than the whole field. And that was a really tough post position for No Fake. But again, and that was a tough spot for Diva Ballerina to be as well.
And we didn't even show you the start when No Fake got hit really hard and she lost about 4 lengths.
Yeah.
You know, you hear us talk about this a lot. We're looking at upside in these races. You got Umbral. She's got none of it whatsoever. And you got No Fake. You got Diva Ballerina. Even I Love Venezuela. That was her first Tapeta start. I just feel like there's better options than Umbral. They didn't bet Umbral last time, and now, you know, she was 15 last time. They're going to bet her again today.
Yeah.
So I totally understand where you're going. Party Shaker is probably the horse to beat. We didn't even mention her. She's dropping for Jose. Got headed out last time. She's got Jose Ortiz as well. And, you know, she's a huge threat.
Yeah, she's going to be, and she'll be bet like it as well.
Absolutely. Late pick 4 time in race number 6. We'll go 7 furlongs on a fast main track. These are 3-year-olds and up. The tag is 12.5 down to 10. We do scratch out the 4. Chapelou is out of this spot. We can my tickets are just a run back of the rainbow. I'll tweet it out there. It'll be out there. We've both got interest in the 1, Boldness, a little more so for you.
Yeah, this is a horse coming from Del Mar. This horse is actually scratched a couple weeks ago as well. First off the claim for Sandino Hernandez. I think that this horse has... I don't want to say that race in Del Mar was that competitive, because it really wasn't in the grand scheme of things. But this horse tried a bit, which I like to see. And this is a race where I don't trust anybody.
Well, if Boldness can get back to the races here in April and May, he's a huge threat. He might win. Yeah. So the question is, can he do it? Yeah. That remains to be seen. But we like this barn, and it does good work. I put Pierce. Pierce Bites is kind of sort of the same as Boldness. He didn't do any running last time, but, I mean, Local Barrio, XY Point, Desert Ruler would be
That's very
something
true.
to 5 in here, but he's got to prove it as well. So different ways you can go in here, but, you know, the bottom line is you're probably going to end up. Well, look at Morgan Point. You've got Morgan Point in second. I made Morgan Point 4-1 on the morning. Morgan Point hasn't run 1 inch in his last 2 starts.
No, but back quick.
Yeah,
very quick, and just. I mean, this is a big drop, but what do you do?
What do you
do? A week ago,
yeah. Paco rides though, so that's a good thing. So point being, anybody you're probably going to take in here is coming in off like pretty much a real dud.
Yeah.
Sarawat is actually the only horse with some form, and it's pretty darn good. And you know, he wasn't that far behind Here Comes Bullet 2 back, so we'll see what we get. Tricky race.
It is.
In all the horizontals, I think. Late pick 3 kicks off in race number 7, 5.5 on the Tapeta in this starter optional claimer, 3-year-olds and up. Let's just show you full disclosure in Uncle B. My long shot was full disclosure. He doesn't owe me anything. I still don't have any idea how he won this race. He's the 4.
Yeah.
This is remarkable.
This is, when you watch this replay, it is really quite interesting. Uncle B's dueling on the front end here, and the gray horse, the 7, and came out a bit flat. I did find out that he had just kind of been getting over a little bit of a sickness, so that could have been the reason for that. I didn't want to cross him out today, but watch Full Disclosure here. Nope, can't go there. And we still can't go there, and then he shoots through. That was just a very traditional Paco Lopez ride, in a sense of he knows he's on the best horse, and I don't think at any point he thought he was losing that race.
He was about 12 lengths the best in that race. So I think the replay is twofold. It's as much remarkable that Full Disclosure won, But if Uncle B could only finish 3/4 of a length behind, I mean, he can't beat full disclosure.
That's a good point. I do agree there.
And that's why neither of us picked him in second. Panther Island. We have not seen Panther Island since March. He likes it here.
He does.
He's 3 for 4 on the Tapeta. He's dropping. What do you get today?
Well, if he runs like he worked on
Yeah, I know.
November 19th, that work, it was on XBTV, and it's great. We can start seeing those works now again, most of them anyway. He did it easy. It was 45 and 4, not being asked, just kind of in a loose hold. If he runs like he works, then he's going to be gone.
It's going to be tough,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. The 8 Inspired Mischief is out, by the way. Laura Cesares, if you're not familiar with her, very, very solid trainer. She's got Yes, I'm Free as well. And she puts her horses in very good spots. So I would assume that full disclosure, or the Panther Eye, is ready to roll in here. The feature it's an optional claimer. It's everything. It's a stakes race, okay?
Yeah.
It's as good as a optional claimer you'll ever see on the turf. 5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. We've got Bad Beat Brian in here.
Yeah.
We've got, I mentioned Yes, I Am Free. And you are going to go with Rock and Roller. Is this your long shot?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. And just take note this weekend. This is a weekend to maybe play some of these long shots on the grass here. Bad Beat Brian, if he runs like he does in his graded stakes, he's going to win this race easy.
doubt.
But if he doesn't, Rock and Roller, he's 100% in the money on the grass course here. His last victory was on the grass when we were running there. He did win on the Tapeta a few starts back. I've come back to this horse a lot of times, but I like that he's back on the grass here today. Jose Ortiz gets on, and again, I know he's a 3-year-old and he's facing some strong competitors, but I think this is a day to maybe reach out for somebody like that, which is what you're doing too.
Well, I'm reaching. That is for sure.
Yeah, you are.
I have a lot of respect for the job Graham Motion does, and Graham never puts horses where they don't belong.
That's a good point.
So you look at Suzak, okay, the 2. Ran on February 4th, routing in a 3-year-old 6. The Kitten's Joy, the grade 3 that we have here. Comes back October 27th sprinting. Well, that's just a prep. He doesn't want to sprint. So now we're going to go longer. But no, Graham
keeps
runs
him
him back in a sprint.
Yeah.
He puts blinkers on. Graham's 32% first blinkers. We haven't talked about the pace of this race. Yes, I'm Free thinks he owns the turf out here. He's
Yes.
9 for 17. He's probably as fast as any horse around. The pace of this race is going to be supersonic.
It is.
Jorge Ruiz is going to have to work out a trip here. He does very good work with Graham Motion. It's a total stab, but I just feel like it's weird this horse is even in here. That's all.
Yeah, I agree completely. It is a bit fishy here, and like you mentioned, the pace is going to be so fast here, and I think that's where I was going with Rock and Roller as well. This is a horse that can sit.
Yeah.
Suzak, if the pace is fast enough, he might be, I agree with your thought process, he's going to be flying late if they can work out a trip. But I think he's just going to run out of real estate.
He completely might run out of ground. We haven't even talked about Bad Beat Brian. He's coming out of 2 grade 2 races where, he made a dent in those races. He was necked out in the race at Kentucky Downs. Brittany Vandenberg, one of the new connections you'll see here throughout the winter. She, she wanted to run this horse in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, and he couldn't make it.
Right.
So.
Yeah. This horse, I shake my head every time because I never know what to do with him, and when I'm playing other racetracks and. Here it's the same way. If he runs his race, I think he's certainly just a class above these types of horses. But today and this weekend could be a day to play against a horse like this.
Absolutely. And Yes, I Am Free. You'll know where to find him. He'll be in front. And here the question is, how much pressure does he take? Now, listen, this is quote-unquote a brand new turf course we're going to unveil. But, we'd like to think it's probably going to play like, our former turf course. It's going to be speedy.
Yeah.
It's going to be firm. It's going to be fast. He loves this. 9 for 17. She's done, Laura Cesares, as I mentioned, she's done such a good job with this horse as well. You're going to know where he is in here. He is so fast. What a feature this is, and it's great that it's on the turf as well. We'll wrap it up in the finale. Race number 9 here. We'll go in a mile and a 16 on the Tapeta. Fillies and mares 3 and up, which have never won 2 races. Very key scratch of the 2 Calming Sea, who is going to face winners for the first time. Our awesome sauce, 8-5 on the morning line, is probably a whole heck of a lot lower now with the drop.
Yeah, gotta be. And this could be a drop where, yeah, she looks like the likeliest winner here, but it's not always that in these Tapeta finales.
No, it's not. But Safi Joseph Jr. has won or shared, I believe, now 8 straight Gulfstream training titles, and he has done that for a lot of different reasons. But one of them near the top of the list is putting horses in the correct spots.
Correct.
And just, maybe at the end of the day, our awesome sauce is a $10,000 claimer. Well, you don't have nothing but pumps was the one I didn't really trust.
I didn't either, and I didn't put in my late pick 5 either. Yeah.
Dream Trap is interesting. Joe Orsino does a good job on Tapeta. Reaches out for Paco as well, so you get pretty high percentage connections here.
First Tapeta, though.
First Tapeta.
No,
So
we don't know.
we don't know. That's the guessing game here. So good 9-race card to kick off championship meet. Tomorrow is phenomenal, of course, with the Sire Stakes. But let's just take a look at the lightning round. Speaking of tomorrow, it was going to be a big day already with the two $300,000 Sire Stakes, but it's also a mandatory Rainbow Six day.
Yeah, this is a great sequence. I don't think there are any free squares here tomorrow. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so our Harper Rose is in there.
Yep.
I don't think she has to win.
No, and a tone is as well.
And a tone in as well. So, neither horse has to win.
Correct.
They're probably going to win, but they don't have to in their spots where, like, Ben Tornado's going to win.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I don't know if our Harper Rose has to win.
Right.
2 turns tomorrow could be a bridge a little too far for her. Today and tomorrow we got some free giveaways, so hope to see you out here. But if you're not here today, tomorrow for the calendar.
Yeah, I love the work that they do with this calendar. Our marketing department, they put some great photos there. You see Florida Derby champ Forte on the cover. Make sure to check that out if you're not here today, like Brian mentioned. Grab them tomorrow.
Tomorrow also unveils a brand new bet here, and I know you're excited about it. I certainly am as well. Samantha is going to have the Tropical Turf Pick 3 tickets on Saturday and Sunday. You can talk a little bit about it now, too.
Yeah, 15% takeout. That's incredible for a horse player. $3 minimum wager. It's Saturday and Sundays, the 3 last turf races, but Saturday and Sunday we only have 3 turf races, so it kicks off in the opening leg tomorrow. I will have the tickets for that. Excited to get going with this. I'm glad we've got that in the mix of everything, and I think it'll be a good sequence tomorrow. I'm excited.
Absolutely. When you think of turf, you think of deep competitive fields.
Right.
I love the $3 base bet, and certainly
Yes.
as horse players, 15% takeout is
incredible.
Incredible
Yeah.
as well. Your best bet today?
It is no fake for me.
Okay, race
Yeah.
5, and that's a good one to have because that's a tricky race. I'm a little bit earlier in race 3 with the 4 Boston Princess, and we have dueling
We
long
do.
shots in a heck of a feature today.
Yeah, we get to square up starting
Yep.
today here, Brian. But I've got Rock and Roller.
And I've got Suzak
Yep.
in there in race number 8, and then certainly last but certainly not least, I've already mentioned the Sire Stakes tomorrow. Our Harper Rose undefeated as well, but boy, how about Ben Tornado? And here is the morning line. And in reality, now these 2-year-old Florida breds are going to stretch out to 2 turns tomorrow.
Yep.
Ben Tornado's awesome.
He is. I can't wait to see him tomorrow. He's grown so much. He's really changed so much, and
And
it's
there's Jose
there's
D'Angelo.
Jose D'Angelo walking
Walking
by.
by.
Yep, right now. He's got a runner on his hands, and we said that from the very first time we saw him here in the paddock this
Yeah,
summer.
if you're not familiar with him, he's 4 for 4, and I think we both comfortably agree, and I think Jose will tell you too. He's more than a Florida bred.
He is, definitely.
And I wrote my program comments for tomorrow that I got a feeling after tomorrow he'll wave goodbye to the Florida breds.
I think so.
We'll see where he stands on the landscape of the the national 3-year-olds here at Gulfstream Park, which we have each and every year that are Forte and Mage and all that kind of stuff from last year. The fillies, I'm our Harper Rose. I made her 4-5 on the morning line. She is in a good spot, but I think. We watched her race last time. I used the term workmanlike last time.
I would agree with that. And when I picked her on top. I think that the problem with this race is she's put away all of these horses.
Exactly.
And she showed a rating gear last
She did.
time. A lot of times the horses like her who were so keen to get on the lead, when they get 2 turns, they spit out the bit a bit and can relax more.
Yeah, us handicappers are funny because, we're kind of sort of knocking her a little bit, and she won by 4 lengths last time. So,
she did against this same field.
Yeah, exactly.
And you watch the gallop out. There wasn't, I was trying to find somebody to, and we'll show the replay tomorrow, but in the gallop out, she was tired, but she still kept going. Nobody else was coming. So that's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we've got a $100,000 overnight Tapeta race that, for my money, is the best Tapeta race.
The best Tapeta races
we've ever run here at Gulfstream Park tomorrow. So tomorrow is phenomenal. Today's really good as well. Hey, Pete Aiel is back upstairs. We welcome him back. It'll be good to hear his voice, and he's going to run you through the scratches and the changes. We'll see you back here for the opener. The championship meet, turf racing, returns in 23 minutes.
And